Some of the things that we've been really focusing on the last few years are nutrient management in crops. The input cost is something that's really gotten quite high, and the ability to cut down on their input cost is something producers are interested in. So we've been looking at variable rates of phosphorus and variable rates of nitrogen, as well as different nitrogen phosphorus sources to try and reduce that. And several of those studies this is the third or fourth year for them, where we're starting to see some good results.
The stock nitrate test is a test that allows a farmer to evaluate his nitrogen management on his corn at the end of the growing season. So they take a sample of their corn stock and answers the question, did I do a good job of managing nitrogen on that field this year? I don't want to take it right down to the ground. I want to come up about 6 inches off the ground, and I want to take an 8-inch section. So I want to get the section that goes from 6 inches to 14 inches.
We should be dealing with giant ragweed prior to ever planting our crop. This is total emergence over the season, and 50% or more of our giant ragweed in any given year is probably going to be emerged by the time we're planting. Giant ragweed and mare's tail, or horseweed, another resistant weed that we have problems with, both are going to be emerged prior to planting. We have to think about the weaknesses of these weeds and how we can get at them.
So it can be pretty severe pests, but 3 or more, you should have less than half of your pollination complete, and you don't want the silks to be eaten down to less than a ½ inch, because then you're going to hinder pollination, and for each of those silks they kill, that's 1 kernel gone.
You've probably seen this. This is what's the so-called yellow flashing, and what's going on here, they think, is it may be tying up primarily manganese, which is very important in photosynthesis. We're showing that sometimes it directly affects photosynthesis. Remember, there's magnesium is also involved. This may be immobilized, but generally the plant will grow out of this, and especially if these nutrients are in sufficient supply in the soil.
The weather station is fabulous, because even when our own customers are going to plant, we can look even at Albany and here at Graves-Chapple at the soil temperature, so I don't actually have to get out and take soil temperatures myself.